Okay, welcome again to another edition of From the Stretch. It's Tuesday, January 21st, 2025, and I'm your host, Jason Icanio, ready to give you another set of current events and our continual look at Martin Luther King week all this time as well. And I hope you enjoyed yesterday's show. We'll get it up to you up on YouTube as soon as possible. So, in the meantime, let's get some episodes in here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, we got some good ones tonight. And the first one we're going to be looking at takes us to 1793. Yes. The execution of Louis XIV, a turning point in the French Revolution. Yeah. This King Louis XIV of France was executed by guillotine, marking a pivotal moment in the French Revolution and the shift toward a republic. This act was not just the culmination of years of political unrest and societal upheaval, but also a definitive rejection of absolute monarchy in France. The execution of Louis XIV sent shockwaves across Europe and solidified the revolutionary government's commitment to radical change. All right, then after that, we'll be looking at a submarine revolution. Yes, the launch of USS Nautilus. The interesting thing about this is a groundbreaking achievement in naval history occurred in 1954 with the launch of the USS Nautilus, the world's first nuclear-powered submarine. This revolutionary vessel forever altered the landscape of naval warfare, showcasing the immense potential of nuclear energy for military and scientific purposes. And finally, we'll go to the Concorde, 1976. The Concorde debuts. Yes, the symbol of supersonic travel entered commercial service, offering a unique and rapid transatlantic flight experience. This technological marvel, developed collaboratively by British and French engineers, redefined air travel and became an enduring icon of innovation. The Concorde's maiden commercial flights from London to Bahrain and Paris to Rio de Janeiro marked the beginning of a new era in aviation history. All right, let's put up the ticker and get ourselves back to the first of the current events, to our look at Louis XIV. Back we go to 1793. Let's put this up here. Share our screen. Put me in the little position. Boy, oh boy. Didn't want that. There we go. We swap it out. And we look at the execution of Louis XIV, the turning point in the French Revolution. The French Revolution began actually in 1789, driven by widespread discontent among the lower and middle classes over economic inequality, political corruption, and the burden of taxation. Louis XIV, although initially viewed as a well-meaning monarch, struggled to address the mounting crisis facing his kingdom. The Estates General of 1789 and the subsequent formation of the National Assembly highlighted the growing divide between the monarchy and the people. The storming of the Bastille, the drafting of the Declaration of the Rights of Man and the Citizen, and the rise of revolutionary factions further eroded the king's authority. Louis's attempt to flight to Varnes in 1791, his attempted flight, where he sought to escape France and rally royalist supporters, was a turning point that undermined any remaining trust in his leadership. And by the time the monarchy was formally abolished in 1792, Louis was already a prisoner of the revolution. The decision to execute Louis XIV was not taken lightly. Following the abolition of the monarchy, Louis was put on trial by the National Convention, accused of treason and conspiring with foreign powers to suppress the revolution. The trial was highly contentious, with moderates arguing for clemency and radicals demanding his death as a necessity for the revolution's survival. Then on January 20th, 1793, Louis was found guilty by an overwhelming majority and sentenced to death. The following day, he was led to a guillotine in the Place de la, the Place de la Revolution, now the Place de la Concorde. There's a connection. His execution was witnessed by thousands, many of whom viewed the event with a mix of triumph and trepidation. Louis's final words expressed forgiveness and hope for his people, but his death symbolized the end of an era. The execution of Louis XIV had profound and lasting impacts on both France and the broader world. Domestically, it cemented the revolution's radical phase, paving the way for the reign of terror under Robespierre and the Committee of Public Safety. Internationally, it shocked monarchies across Europe, leading to the formation of coalitions against revolutionary France and years of warfare. In the long term, the revolution's principles, liberty, equality, and fraternity, would inspire democratic movements worldwide. The abolition of the monarchy and the establishment of the First French Republic marked a decisive break from feudalism and absolute rule. And although the revolution eventually gave way to Napoleon Bonaparte's rise, its ideals persisted, influencing future generations. Louis XIV, his execution remains a significant historical moment, not just for its immediate consequences, but also for its symbolic rejection of autocratic power. It served as a reminder of the potential for collective action to reshape political systems and highlighted the complex interplay between justice, revolution, and human rights. The guillotine, which came to epitomize the French Revolution, also raises enduring questions about the morality of capital punishment and the use of violence in the pursuit of political change. And as we reflect on this day in history, the execution of Louis XIV reminds us of the fragility of power and the enduring struggle for justice and equality. Oh boy. You wouldn't want that if you were messing around with it. Let's move on now to the submarine revolution. That's right, the launch of the USS Nautilus. Yeah, big stuff here. Well, the USS Nautilus represented a remarkable leap forward in technological ingenuity. Built under the guidance of Admiral Hyman G. Rickover, the father of the nuclear navy, the submarine utilized a nuclear reactor to generate propulsion. And unlike its diesel-electric predecessors, Nautilus was not constrained by the need for regular surfacing to recharge batteries, granting it unprecedented endurance and operational range. Its launch demonstrated the successful harnessing of nuclear power for maritime use, paving the way for a new era of naval strategy. The first trials of the USS Nautilus were a resounding success. Its initial message, underway on nuclear power, signaled the dawn of a revolutionary chapter in naval history. Capable of traveling submerged at greater speeds and for far longer than any previous submarine, the Nautilus set the standard for the modern submarine fleet. The introduction of the USS Nautilus marked a paradigm shift, in naval warfare. Nuclear propulsion enabled submarines to operate stealthily beneath the waves for extended periods, changing the dynamics of maritime strategy. And nations around the world took note, and the development of nuclear-powered submarines became a priority for major military powers. During the Cold War, the Nautilus and subsequent nuclear submarines played a pivotal role in maintaining a strategic balance. Their ability to carry nuclear missiles while remaining virtually undetectable provided a powerful deterrent against potential aggression, and this new capability significantly influenced global military policies and the arms race between superpowers. The impact of the USS Nautilus extends far beyond its military applications. Its success demonstrated the viability of nuclear energy as a reliable and powerful source of propulsion, inspiring advancements in nuclear technology across industries. The principles of compact reactor design, safety protocols, and efficient energy use developed for the Nautilus were later adapted for civilian use, including nuclear power plants. Today, the USS Nautilus serves as a museum ship at the Submarine Force Library and Museum in Groton, Connecticut. Visitors can explore its interior and learn about its groundbreaking technology and historical significance. The submarine remains a symbol of innovation, courage, and the transformative power of scientific progress. Beautiful submarine, if you think about it. Look at that thing. Whew. And that paved the way for the submarines of today. Well, let's go to our final historic event, the Concorde. Yes, the supersonic aircraft, revolutionizing air travel, if I can even ever say that word. Let's take a look at it. Pull it up. Pull it up. There it is. There's the Concorde in all its beauty. Wow. Takes flight. Yes, the Concorde was the product of a joint effort between British Aircraft Corporation and Aerospatiale, an ambitious endeavor to create a passenger aircraft capable of flying at twice the speed of sound. With a cruising speed of Mach 2.04, if I'm not mistaken, that's approximately 1,354 miles per hour, the Concorde reduced transatlantic flight times to just over 3 hours, a remarkable feat compared to the 8-hour journeys of conventional aircrafts. The sleek delta wing design and cutting-edge materials allowed the Concorde to operate efficiently at supersonic speeds. Its maiden commercial flights were met with widespread excitement as passengers and aviation enthusiasts marveled at its speed and elegance. And despite high ticket prices, the Concorde's allure attracted celebrities, business executives, and world leaders, solidifying its status as a luxury travel experience. Well, the introduction of the Concorde was a milestone in aviation history, demonstrating the potential for supersonic passenger travel. It represented the pinnacle of Cold War era technological competition as both Western and Eastern powers sought to showcase their engineering prowess. The Concorde's success was also a testament to international collaboration, bringing together British and French expertise in a groundbreaking project. However, the Concorde's journey was not without challenges. High operating costs, limited passenger capacity, and environmental concerns regarding noise pollution and fuel consumption tempered its commercial viability. Additionally, the sonic booms produced during flight restricted its routes to transoceanic journeys, limiting its market reach. Well, although the Concorde was retired in 2003, its impact on aviation and technology continues to resonate, and the aircraft's innovative design and engineering solutions paved the way for advancements in aerodynamics and materials science. Engineers and researchers have drawn inspiration from the Concorde's achievements as they pursue the development of next-generation supersonic and hypersonic aircraft. The Concorde also left a cultural legacy, symbolizing human ingenuity and the spirit of exploration. It captured the imagination of millions, featuring prominently in films, advertising, and popular culture. And today, its story serves as a reminder of what can be achieved through collaboration and bold vision. Efforts to revive supersonic travel are ongoing, with companies exploring quieter and more efficient designs that address the limitations faced by the Concorde. And as these projects progress, they stand on the shoulders of the Concorde, a trailblazer that redefined the boundaries of what was possible in aviation. And there you have it, friends. 1976. The look, the feel of the Concorde. Supersonic travel in all of its glory. Great job. And great events, too, as well. And we will have more great events tomorrow on episode number 21 of From the Stretch. Continuing our look at Martin Luther King Jr. on this day, on the 21st of January, MLK on January 21st. What happened? Let's see. Let's see. January 21 marked the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the great African American leader in the struggle against racial discrimination for universal civil rights. And as you know, so he was actually born on the 21st, which is pretty good. And as you know from yesterday, the inauguration of Donald J. Trump happened yesterday, as well as Martin Luther King's observation day as well. Let's look at some interesting facts from Britannica here. See if I can get anything. I'm getting a lot of ads. Oh, please do this. Quiet down. Okay. Let's see what we can look at here. Let's pop this onto the screen just real quick. Share the screen. There we go. Let's take a look and see what we have here. This is from Britannica. Let's see. As you know, it is the third Monday of the third Monday in January, and he was a Baptist minister who advocated the use of nonviolent means to end racial segregation. Came the first to national prominence during a bus boycott by African Americans in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955. And he founded the Southern Christian Leadership Conference in 1957 and led the 1963 March on Washington, as you probably know. The most influential of African American civil rights leaders during the 60s, he was instrumental in the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlawed discrimination in public accommodations, facilities, and employment, and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Peace in 1964 and was assassinated on April 4th, 1968. And although immediately after King's death, there were calls for a national holiday in his honor, which has been celebrated the last, 30 in observance now for almost 50 years to the date. Another 3 more years and it will be 50 years. But in 1970, so 2050, this year would be 55 years in observance. So to get it through past Congress and everything, they wanted to block it. There was, of course, opposition. And in 1983, legislation making the third Monday in January a federal holiday finally was passed, and the first observance nationwide was in 1986. The day is usually celebrated with marches and parades, with speeches by civil rights and political leaders. And we'll look at more tomorrow. Give you one of the actual things that he did. So we'll bookmark this. We'll look at that Southern Christian Leadership Conference in 1957. We'll take a look at that tomorrow on From the Stretch. We hope that you'll enjoy it as much as we enjoy giving it to you as well. I'm Jason Icanio. Remember, be honest, be real, and keep it real simple to always become what you are through honesty and hard work. We'll see you tomorrow for more of From the Stretch. Good night for now. Bye-bye.